Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Rahim. I'm a property investor. I started my property investment journey from zero to building a multi-million pound property portfolio that generates me passive income that allows me to quit my job. So I know what service accommodation is because I've used this strategy to actually expedite my process to take me to the next levels. As you can see, I'm in a service accommodation apartment. I'm in a holiday. I just thought to hit you real quick so I can give you the 10 things you need to know to run your service accommodation or Airbnb business, because it's important for you to know these 10 key areas. Number one, if you're about to start your property investment journey or your service accommodation or Airbnb business, you need to find out the location where you want to invest. Location is very, very key. You don't want to get your service accommodation or Airbnb in an area where you don't really make any sort of bookings. For example, areas where there's so many Airbnbs or areas where it is just saturated, you don't really make much money in that area. So you need to understand where that area is, where that specific area is. It could be your area, basically. It could be your hometown. So wherever it is, do your due diligence to learn that you only had few Airbnbs or service accommodation going on in your area. And then number two, you need to work at what size. How many people do you want to target for your service accommodation? Because it's not a numbers game. It's about quality. So if you want to target 6 people, 8 people, make sure your property is really ready to accommodate those sort of people. Make it really nice, presentable, and that size. Make sure every individual that have been added in that property have got enough space to do whatever they want to do in the apartment. And number three, due diligence, right? You need to know where you're investing, what the figures, what's the nightly rate, what's your competitors' fares are, and then know how to list your property. Are you going to make money? What's your net profit? What's your return on investment? Analyze it to understand exactly how much money you'll be making from that property. If you're making anything less than £900 to £1,000 a month, it might not be a good investment for you if you're doing service accommodation or Airbnb. So you need to know your due diligence to understand that there's not lots of competition, and you know your market research, you know what the competitors are doing, who they are, where they are, how they are targeting audience, and basically check their reviews as well, because reviews are very important. So you can know then what sort of thing you need to do in your property to ensure you have a better review and your property stand up. And then set up. Number four, you need to set up your apartment nicely. You need to make sure it's presentable, modern, really appealing, attracting to a millennial as well. So you can see this apartment behind me. It looks really nice. I'm sitting in the middle of the room, and it looks amazing. They've done the feature wall at the back. They've got the lights, lamps. It looks absolutely amazing. So set it up in a way that is very attractive to your target market. Number five, the listing. Listing your property is very important. You need to understand how to list your property. Put a nice title that relates to the area where you invest in or to the area where your property is at, right? And obviously look for keywords in that area. Make sure it's added in your property title. It's not about having a nice fancy title. It's about having the algorithm to be able to pick your title and ensure you've got client for that property. So look at the area, do a bit of research, see what are the common words or phrases in that area. Add those phrases in your title. If your property is in a city center, add the word city center. If it's in Coventry City Center, for example, put Coventry City Center in it. If it's in Birmingham City Center, put Birmingham City Center, or put the name of the road. Again, that way, that helps you come up. So when someone searches that postcode or that road name, your property would be first on the list. So again, this is very important when you're doing your listing. Again, if this video is making any sense, don't forget to hit the share button so you will share it to friends and family so they would also learn about what I'm sharing with you. Number six, pricing. Pricing is very important. You need to understand what sort of price you can charge for your properties. How you could do this, basically, you need to go and literally spy on your competitors, okay? Go and find out how much your competitors are literally charging for one client, 2 guests, 3 guests, 4 guests, and so on. However number of guests you have in your property, so that you know exactly how much people are charging. And also try to understand what sort of rate the price is increasing by, and then obviously then you can see how you can adjust your own pricing to ensure that it works and really convenient for the type of guest. And also it's important for you to know your smart pricing as well. So if you want to do smart pricing, you can go and do smart pricing, set it up that way so your prices increases or decreases according to the demand in the area. Very important for it. And also when you're doing your pricing, don't just set the prices and then walk away. You need to literally find out what's happening in your area 6 months or 3 months in advance so that you would amend your prices accordingly. Because sometimes when you look at when you do the demand smart pricing strategy, it only picks up that when lots of people hit the website at the same time. And then some of us like to book our holidays or our event in literally 6-7 months in advance. So it's very important for you to be advanced. You need to be 6 or 7 months in advance, knowing what sort of events are happening in your area so that you could amend your prices nicely. Number 7, marketing. Marketing is very, very key. I've seen people having amazing service accommodation properties or Airbnb properties, but they've never marketed nicely, right? Listing is very key. List your property absolutely amazing. Put your targeted market, what your target market is looking for on the listing. And again, have a Facebook page for your Airbnb properties, website, right? And then obviously in your service accommodation website, also put all the attraction in your city and town and market it to the people who you are targeting. Again, it's very important for you to be posting things that are happening in your investment area so that people are aware. So for example, if there's football going on, post it, event going on, post it. And again, that then draws people into your investment area, or probably even approach you to ask if they may be able to use your property for a night or so. Chargebacks are very important. Again, important for you to set your property up nicely so you don't have any chargeback. Nobody's going to claim anything after they visited your property, to ensure that everything is set up nicely. Don't mess with that, because we had that about a couple of years ago where someone stayed in our property for 15 days, turned around and said he didn't get the services he wanted, and then he wanted to claim back some money. So again, very, 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 very careful with that, and obviously wary to ensure if anything goes wrong, go out there and fix it as soon as possible to ensure to make sure that the client doesn't come back for a refund. Number 9, commission. You need to know what the commission is. If you're doing booking.com, you need to find out how much Booking is charging for literally taking your money on your behalf, right? If you're not collecting the money yourself. Bookings usually charge 1.3%. So factor that in your analysis just to see how much they're charging. Again, booking.com, if they're charging you any commission, find out if they're charging you or not. If they are, factor that in your analysis as well. And again, know the commission that they charge. Once you know what the commission is, and then you can factor that in your price. Number 10, complimentary. What do I mean by that? So basically, leave it complimentary for them. Maybe giving them a gift, a discount, or basically offering them to actually extend their stays. Or you could say if they book with you directly in the future, you would waive some fees that they would have paid to Airbnb or booking.com so that they will book their stays with you directly. That then saves you the commission that you would have paid to a booking.com or Airbnb. I really hope this video has been helpful. If this video has been helpful, hit the like button below, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more of these amazing tutorials.